Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Street Smart Millionaire. Well, I just came back from San Antonio. I had one of my big semi-annual events. I had 340 members that all pay me 40 grand a year. I had 115 guests that paid me $5,000. We all worked on really good warm lead generation, which in my opinion is the most important thing for all businesses. Do you have a steady flow of warm leads? So we worked on that. We worked on tightening up our teams, making sure we could be more efficient, taking better care of the clients in the mortgage and real estate business for a lower cost. We worked on our P&L, how to create a gap, the difference between our overhead and our revenue. That's the gap. We worked on our personal budgeting. We learned how to invest in the stock market. We learned whether or not to have rental properties. I'm not a giant fan of rental properties. I think they're okay, but I think sometimes the money is better off used in the stock market than it is in rental properties. I've had a lot of rental properties in my life, and I had a lot of great experiences. I had two really bad experiences. So one time I had a tenant, a family in a small rental house, and they were behind in the rent 2 months, and I went and banged on the door, and the lady answered the door. She had a baby in her shoulder, and she had a toddler on her leg, and she starts crying how her husband left. She has no job. She had no money. My choices were to be a good landlord and evictor, or my choices were to support her. I chose to support her because I want to be a compassionate man and show some mercy and grace. So I let her stay in the property for 6 months for free. I gave her $1,000 a month for utilities and groceries. So I literally lost $6,000 plus the rent of $1,500 a month. So I lost $21,000 a month, $12,000 over 6 months. Then she moved out, and then I sold the house. So here's the thing. A stock doesn't have any emotions. A landlord and a tenant relationship can have some emotions. So I have a commercial building. I have a 30,000 square foot building. It rents for $52,000 a month. My overhead is about $14,000 a month for utilities and taxes. I don't own a mortgage on the building. It nets $38,000 a month. I'm 60% of the tenant. My mortgage company is a tenant in the building. My coaching company is a tenant in the building. I have one more tenant. So I don't really have a lot of emotional issues. My tenant's been in the building for a long time. He's a really good tenant. He makes lots of money. He pays his rent. My mortgage company makes a lot of money. They pay the rent. My coaching company makes a lot of money. They pay the rent. So that's the dream opportunity with a rental property, is a commercial property that you're the tenant. I think that's something after you have a lot of money. I look back at '08, which was the second worst financial time in the world after the Great Depression. And it was a financial crisis. Companies closed, banks closed, and the economy fell by 50%. Well, property in some areas, Michigan, Arizona, Florida, they fell 70% in value. So I had a rental property in '08 in Arizona, and the market crashed and everybody short sailed. The property went from $1.9 million in value, which what I had paid for in '07, to went down to about 900 grand. I couldn't sell it. I had a mortgage on it for more than that. So I rented it for $7,500 a month. I had it rented for 10 years. Finally had a bad tenant in the end that destroyed the house, made graffiti all over it, totally destroyed it. I had to legally get him on a house. When I sold the house, between the 10 years in rent and what I sold the house for, which was $1.6 million, I ended up making a profit. But because I had the money in the stock market and the cash on hand, I could carry that bad property. So when you have rental properties, here's the rule. If you can't afford it empty, you probably shouldn't own it. So if you have 10 rental properties and you can't afford the mortgages if they're all vacant, you probably shouldn't own the properties. You should sell them, take the equity, pay the 25% capital gains tax, and invest the money in the stock market. Now you could put it in a money market account, a high yielding money market. You could put it in a bond fund if you don't have the stomach for the tax return. So last week I was at the summit. Now, just so you know, I had 98 clients sign up to pay me 40 grand a year in coaching out of 115. That goes to show you that I'm a better option in the coaching business. You all have three options. Do nothing. Keep running your business exactly the way you're running it and hope for good things. You can hire a competitor in the mortgage and real estate business. There's a bunch of people that think they're in the coaching business. They don't make a lot of money. They've not created a lot of millionaires. They don't have a proven track record. Or you can hire me. Now listen. I've had 767 people make $1 million out of my authority. Most great realtors, most great lenders in the industry have done a run with me between 2 and 10 years. I've just had a proven track record. I've got 23 people this year that are first-time millionaires, that they're on track to make $1 million this year for the first time in their life. I have 141 overall this year out of my 340 clients that are going to make $1 million. So if you're in the mortgage and real estate business, you should hire me. If you want some accountability, I have a $750 a month program for realtors and lenders that do under 10 million. I've got a program for $2,000 a month for lenders and realtors that do between 10 and 20 million. Then my big program, which so many people just signed up for, I work on your leads. I work on your team. I work on your P&L. I work on your personal money. So I have a level for somebody. If you're not in the mortgage and real estate business and you're watching this podcast, go out and look for a coach. But doing nothing in your business is not a good option. You got to make some changes if you want to change your results. I don't know what the word is, but I think that if you do the same thing over and over again and you expect different results, that's kind of insanity. And I think that if you don't make changes, you're not going to change your results, whether it's in your marriage, your relationship with God, your children, your body, your business, your savings, your friends. You've got to make some changes. And nothing makes changes like an outside resource that gives you direction and accountability. So let's talk about generating leads. Whether you're a plumber or a hardscaper or a mortgage man or a realtor or financial planner, here's what you got to do. You got to identify your perfect client. For me in the coaching business, my perfect client does 20 million a year and they're mad. They want to get to 50 million. I'll get them to 50 or 100 million. My best realtor did 200 million last year. I've got 3 lenders that will do 200 million this year as lenders and realtors. Now these guys are making big money. They're making between 2 and 3 million net a year. Now they've got great leads coming in. My best realtor gets 24 warm leads a month. He closes 14 deals. My best lenders get 60 warm leads a month. They close 25 or 30 deals. So when you get warm leads, people that like you, know you, and trust you, they're going to convert at a higher level. If I call you and say, hey, I need you to fix my plumbing. My friend Bob used you and said you did a great job. That's a warm lead. If you're a realtor, hey, my neighbor listed with you. You got him top price. I'd like you to list my house. That's a warm lead. Hey, my aunt bought a house from you and you did a great job negotiating a really good deal. That's a warm lead. If you're a mortgage and you say, hey, Sean at Remax referred me to you, said you do a great job. He's the only guy you trust. That's a warm lead. So 2 things I want to talk about. I want to talk attacking and finding warm leads, and I want to talk about how to refer properly. When I refer somebody, I say, hey, you got to go to Sean. He's the only marketing guy I like. He does a great job. Go with him. You can trust him. That's how you refer. So if you want better leads, you got to start off by being a better referrer. Don't give out multiple names. Give out one name. If you're a realtor, you like 2 or 3 different lenders, maybe you refer Sean for this deal, Rick for this deal, Cindy for this deal. So you got to get stronger on your referring if you want to get better referrals. So I think that my hardscaper was in Monday night and my plumber was in Monday night and my production company was in Monday night. I have a men's group that I coach and locally that I coach and help to have business. They're all up 10x. The hardscaper made 50, now he makes 450. The plumber made 170, now he makes 2 million. The production guy made 60, now he makes 600. So these people are 10x. They did 3 things. There's 3 things in business. Number 1, you identify the perfect client and you get more of them. This is the number 1 thing, whether you own a Dairy Queen. I met a guy this week, a farmer that I tried to buy some farmland off of. He had a Dairy Queen for 50 years and he made a lot of money. You can do anything well and you can get paid well about it, but you've got to cater to the client. Now listen, the number 1 word that I use in my life is serve. I want to serve all of you watching this podcast so you get some ideas how to make more money so you can change the planet. Now, just so you know, the haves take care of the have-nots. The government does not take care of the have-nots. I just am a firm believer that wealthy people are generous and do good things and take care of people. So I work from Sunday to Saturday, and I started Sunday working, had some pre-meetings. Monday had some meetings. Tuesday, my team came in. Wednesday, we entertained our clients all day. Wednesday night, we had a big appreciation dinner for our 340 members. We had a happy hour with our 340 members and our 115 guests. Thursday, we trained all day. Friday, we trained all day. Saturday, had a download meeting for 4 hours, rebuilt everything. You got to tweak things. So right now, I'm interviewing all my 98 new clients. I'm doing a semi-annual on my 340 clients. Who's staying and who wants to join us? Then I'll pick the best people. I'm going to have growth of around 20. So if I kept all my clients, I'd only take 20 of the new ones. If I lost 20 clients, I'm going to take 40 of my new ones. For me, the only thing that matters is that I have growth in my business and my clients have growth. So if you are having growth in your business, you're doing good. If you're not seeing enough growth, you need to make changes. And the biggest change you can make is hire a coach. Now, if you hired a personal trainer and you had two choices, you had a guy that was out of shape and he didn't take care of himself, or you had somebody that was super fit. I hire the person that's super fit. It's probably going to cost a little bit of money, but knowing how to be fit and being fit are two different things. If your marriage is in trouble, you go to a marriage counselor. You're not going to want somebody that's been divorced 3 times. You're going to want somebody that's been married 25 years. They're walking hand in hand. They're having good intimacy. They're having good relationships. They're really good friends. If you're raising kids and your kids are struggling, you need to seek counsel. Like in the Bible, it talks all the time about seeking good counsel. I believe in the mortgage and real estate business. I'm the best counsel there is in the business. So if you're a realtor and lender, get off your butt and hire me. Go online, talk to one of my salespeople, talk to one of my trainers, see how I can help you. Now, my next big event will be November 4th through 7th. It'll be in Tucson, Arizona. It'll be $5,000 to come. So if you're doing 20 million and you didn't come to my May event, you need to come to my November event. In November, we'll do goal setting, business planning, 5-year vision, lead generation, team lead conversion, team building, money management. These are the things that I work on. They're not fancy. They're not new, but they're proven systems that work. You know, I'm not really a cook, but when I do cook or my wife does cook, we follow a recipe. I am a recipe for lenders and realtors how to make money, but you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to make a lot of calls, see a lot of people to get some good referral partners. Now, you're going to have to change them. So every year I change out some of my referral partners. Like I have some lenders that used to refer me a lot of clients. They're not referring me a lot of clients. So I'm out finding some new lenders. So companies I like Cross Country. I like Synergy. I like Neighborhood Loans. I like Mortgage One out of California. That's a really small company, 2 mid-sized companies, and a big company. I work at Cross Country. I think it's a great mortgage company. I think they do a really good job. Eric Colby runs Synergy. I think they do a great job. Tony and Reno on Neighborhood Loans. I think they do a great job. I think Bryce and Chris do a great job at Mortgage One. Those are 4 good companies, a really small one, 2 middle ones, and a big one. So where you work matters, who your coaches matter, but mostly how you show up matters the most. If you're a capitalist and you want to do well and you want to get a better house and you want a better bank account, you want to pay off debt. I interviewed a guy this morning that's been in the business for 24 years. He makes $325,000 a year. He's got $65,000 in credit card debt. He's got $600,000 in his retirement account. He needs a lot of work on his finances. I guarantee in 2 years, he'll make over $500,000 a year. The $65,000 debt will be paid and he'll have $250 in the bank plus his 401k. I guarantee it'll happen. Now, I'm so guaranteed it that I guaranteed him half his money back. That if he comes with me for 2 years and he does all the assignments, if he don't pay off the debt, make $500,000 a year, I'll refund half his money. Now, I can afford to do it because I have a lot of money. And just so you know, I refunded 11 people in 24 years that didn't hit the goals we set. But when you can get a money back guarantee, there's no better guarantee than that. Now, if they're making a guarantee and they don't have no money, they can't back up their guarantee. So I want to talk about the 5 things to be a successful business. 5 things that matter, whether you're a plumber or a hardscaper or a media company or a mortgage company or a real estate company or a hot rod shop. Whatever you do, these are the 5 things. Number 1 thing to running a business, you need a steady flow of warm leads. If you're an ice cream shop and you don't have people in line, it's not a good ice cream shop. So you need a steady flow of warm leads. So you need about 10 systems to generate warm leads. You need lots of systems. A system would be a past client program. A system would be an internal referral program. A system would be an internet generation program. A system would be a referral source program, like property managers or realtors or lenders. So you need a steady form of warm leads. I'll tell you number 2, where most mortgage companies miss the boat and most real estate companies miss the boat. They don't have an active owner. Your owner has to be active. I started my event. I finished my event. I was in my event the whole time. I got out there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I worked till midnight every single night. I'm an active owner. Number 3, you need a lot of capital. The number 1 reason businesses fail is they're undercapitalized. People aren't willing to put their money at risk to build their infrastructure, buy software, buy hardware, hire employees, get training, hire coaches, hire consultants. These are things you have to do. You have to have an amount of cash that you can do things. Number 4 and number 5 are about Chick-fil-A. You got to have a uniform process. Everybody's got to do it the same way. I have 40 loan reps that work for me. We closed 265 loans last month. We did 91 million. We made about 53 basis points profit. Just so you know, those are excellent numbers in the mortgage business. Every one of my guys is coached. Every processor processes the same way. Every admin's the same way. There's no everybody doing their want. Like I'll tell you with me. If you don't close 3 loans at my shop, the next month you got to show up at 9:30 dressed up every day, Monday through Friday. If you show up at work, you might as well do it. I'm not a big fan of remote workers. I'm not a big fan of working from home. I think you need to get an office, go to work, handle your business, work from 9:30 to 6, plenty of time to get your kids. Like, listen, I believe salespeople should start at 9:30 in the morning. I think you should get up, you should read, you should write in a journal. I think you should study whatever you're studying. I study the Bible. I study John Maxwell for leadership and God. I think you have to get your kids off to school, have breakfast with your kids, get them off to school. I think you got to go to work, have a team meeting. Then from 10 to 12, you got to make phone calls. Noon, you got to have lunch. 3 days a week, I try to have lunch with somebody else. And then you got to go out and you got to see people from 1 to 6. Then you got to come back at 6 o'clock. You got to return all your phone calls, set all your appointments. Then you got to be home by 7 o'clock. So I believe you work from 9:30 to 7 if you're in sales. I think those are the times when I got to meet my clients for mortgages, meet my realtors to hang out. You said what you got to do. Now, the last thing, got uniformity, you got to have unity. Everybody's got to get along. I love the movie Three Musketeers, all for one, one for all. These are things that I like. These are things that I believe in, that everybody's on the same page. I've got 35 coaches right now. Now, through my 24 years in the coaching business, I've had a lot of coaches. While they were with me, they loved it, but they all got the point they didn't love it. They don't love the routine. They don't love the accountability. They want freedom. Well, let me tell you about freedom. You come and go as you please. You do whatever you want. You're not going to make a lot of money. There's a fake American dream that you can own a company, not work really hard, and make a lot of money. I don't believe it. I believe that I have to have a warm flow of good leads. So I just had 115 leads. I signed up 98 to pick from. I'll interview them all. I'll find the best clients for coaching that I can find that are committed to what I want. Relationship-based selling, high touch, great experience, white glove experience, high profits. These are things I believe of in business. I don't believe in having the cheapest price in town. I don't believe you can make a profit when you're doing business based on price. Commodity-based selling, when you're based on the best price, is not profitable. You cannot make it up on buying. I met a guy 3 months ago that's in the top 10 in the nation in mortgages. Top 10. One of the 10 biggest guys in the nation. He don't make a lot of money. He pays a lot of realtors and he discounts all the time. He's not highly profitable. He does okay, but he's not spectacular. But when you meet him, this guy is so arrogant. He thinks he's spectacular. He thinks he's the greatest thing in the world. And we had a conversation with about 5 or 6 people. Then we got one-on-one. I crushed him. I told him what I make and I told him what I got in the bank. And he's, oh my gosh, I'm doing it all wrong. Can you help me? So yes, I can help the guy. So listen, if you are broken and you hate it, you will fix it. So my philosophy is my business is broken. I hate it and I'm going to fix it. And then my business is in really good shape, but it can be a lot better. But if I think it's really good, I'm not going to improve it. So I just spent 3 days working with a bunch of people on lead generation, and we focused on these things. Are we attacking our past clients? So in my business, we call 20 past clients every single Thursday. We let them know what they paid for the house, what the value of the house is, and what their interest rate is, whether or not they should refi if they're ready to buy a new house. Now, you can afford 4 to 5 times what you make, so you should have more house. Debt motivation, having a bigger mortgage will make you make more money. Whenever somebody buys a car, buys a house, they instantly make more money, whether they have a salary job or a commission job or a profit-based job. They're going to make more money because they have a little more motivation. They got a little more debt. So I think buying a bigger house is the American dream. Sticking more money in the stock market builds your security. So we worked on our lead generation. We worked on how to attack our past clients. Then we worked on how to work VIPs, 40 local people. This is like the palm of your hand. 40 local people that you like and know, family members, relatives. They need to know what you do for a living on a regular basis. So we call 10 of them every week. So every month we're going to talk to all 40 people that we know and like in our community. Then we talked about whale hunting on Friday. Every business in the world needs to call 5 whales every single Friday. If you call 5 people you don't know that are big that you could do business with, like my plumber calls property managers, my hardscaper calls big home new developments to do landscaping for them. You've got a whale hunt. Now, we talk about chasing realtors. How do you get a steady flow of leads from 40 good realtors? We talked about how to close. Now, let me give you 3 or 4 closing techniques. One is a triangle for trust. How do you know Sean? Oh, you work with him. Do you trust Sean? Yes. Well, here's how I know Sean. He's been my client for 3 years. We really got a nice relationship. I trust him because you trust Sean and I trust Sean. I hope that we get to the point that you can trust me. That's called a triangle for trust close. Then we talked about a lower the bar close. So it costs you nothing to come in for a free consultation about your mortgage. It's the largest investment in your life. Come on in and see me live. If you don't like what I have to offer, there's no obligation and you can leave. Let me come out and do a quote on your plumbing. Let me come out and do a quote on your remodel. Let me come out and talk about listing your house. Costs nothing for me to take a look at your house and tell you what the house is worth. This is a lower the bar close. Okay. Then we do a fear-based close. 65% of all people are not happy with their mortgage situation, their mortgage or real estate situation. If you come with me, I promise you I'll deliver what I promise and I'll do a good job. Cool. And then we do a 3-step option. You can do nothing. You can hire my competitor or you can hire me. My track record is very proven. Look how many people I've helped make $1 million. If you ever dreamed of making $1 million, if you're in real estate lending, I'm a guaranteed answer. I'm the most guaranteed program. Shut up, do what you're told, be on time, be punctual, look professional, be pleasant, and I'll teach you how to make a lot of money in mortgage and real estate. So this is what we worked on. Then we went to a bunch of team classes. How to get our team to be bought in. You got to feed them. You got to work on their goals. You got to work on their vision so that they buy into what you're doing. You got to get your team fired up. Now, teams that want a lot of praise will not break records. Teams that are open to correction with some praise, they will go. I was talking to somebody today and she's, how would I call it? Very independent, very defensive. Every time you tell her something, she argues and defends. It's not her fault. It's not her fault or not her fault. She called me up today. She said, you know what? I've been wrong. I need you to give me the correction. I need you to give me the stick because I believe in you. I believe you care about me and I need to get better. So keep pushing me to get better. I was glad to see that. I've known this girl a long time and she's always been very defensive and very argumentative. So I thought that was a good voicemail and I'm going to give her correction and I'll give her praise when she does well. Like my social media guy, we had a lot of social media at the event. We had 120,000 people watch something from our event. That's an unbelievable amount of people to watch it. And he puts out great content and he works his butt off. There was a moment where I was around the fire pit on the first night and he had that camera right up in my face and he was like right on top. I'm like, Sean, give me a break. Not right this minute. And then he took it a little sideways and I had to take him aside and say, listen, you're doing a great job. In that moment, I needed a little break. You're doing an awesome job. We're getting a ton of social media following, but having a camera in my face all the time, it sometimes can scare me or aggravate me. So in the moment, I might have overreacted and he overreacted when he took it, but I saw he was rattled. I grabbed him. We talked about it. He got back on track and he did a great job. My social media is blowing up. We had 320,000 people last month open a video, see a video, watch a podcast, go on a Zoom meeting. That's a lot of following. So I'm getting a lot of people in mortgage and real estate. We're averaging about 20,000 people a week are watching my podcast. I'm honored that you're watching me. I'm honored that you consider me a credible teacher. So let's see. I've been in the mortgage business for 41 years. I've been a coach and a public speaker for 30 years. I've helped 767 people make $1 million. I've made over $1 million every year since 95. I've only had one bad year and I still made a ton of money. I made more money in a bad year than most anybody will ever make in a good year. I'm right back this year, up 32% in the coaching business, up 18% in the mortgage business from last year. So I own 4 really good pieces of real estate. I have a really nice lake house that I built over the last 3 years. It's been done about 10 months. We finally got all the bugs worked out of it. It took longer than I expected it to take, but I came right into budget. I'm the kind of guy, when I set a remodeling budget or a building budget, I stick to the budget. So I didn't make many changes and I came into budget. I have a farm that I bought 3 years ago. I have remodeled the farmhouse. I put in pavement, put in fences, put in 3 new barns. So the farm has appreciated a lot because I have fixed the farm up. Okay. I have an office building. It's 30,000 square feet. It's in really good shape. I bought it 7 years ago. I remodeled it. I bought it for $3 million. I put $1.5 million in it. That's 4.5. It's now worth $7.5 million. I have a giant man cave where I am today. It's about 10,000 square feet. I collect old hot rods. It's just a fun place. I built it for $1.6 million. It just appraised for $3.5 million. So if you buy good properties, they're going to appreciate. If you buy good stocks, they're going to appreciate. If your properties are not appreciating, or you think you've gotten all the appreciated them, sell them. I don't mind paying taxes. I don't mind paying 25% capital gains on a piece of real estate. I don't mind paying capital gains on a rental property. I don't mind paying capital gains on the stock. I don't mind paying taxes. Here's how I look at it. If somebody gives me $10 for free and I owe $2.50, I'm good with that all day long. That makes a triple net free gain of $7.50 on $10. Now listen, when my property goes up, that's free money. When my stocks go up, that's free money. So if I got to pay 25% tax on it, I don't mind. Like, listen, I don't mind paying 43% tax. I'm in the Obama started a 5% luxury tax. So the highest tax bracket's about 38%. You had the 5% Obama super luxury tax for people that make over $5 million. That puts you at 43%. I don't mind paying 43% taxes. I don't mind paying 5.6% taxes for the state of North Carolina. I want them to have good roads. I want them to have good schools. I don't mind paying high property taxes. I don't mind paying high sales tax. I will tell you, in my opinion, I'm self-made. I got kicked out of high school in 12th grade. I came from working class family. My dad was a garbage man. My mom worked at Sears. If it wasn't for the 8 great mentors in my life, I would not be this successful. So part of the reason that I'm such a big teacher and I focus on helping others so much is because these 8 people helped me. Each mentor, one person taught me how to dress for success, taught me how to sell. One person taught me how to manage money. One person taught me how to run a P&L. One person taught me how to be a public speaker. I mean, so people have taught me all the things I know. So that's why I'm so focused on being a teacher. I believe in 2 things. I believe in the book Raving Fans. I believe you got to create a white glove experience and blow your clients away so they will refer you. I believe in that. I believe in the movie Pay It Forward, where you help 3 people so much that they go help 3 people. So if you're learning from my ideas, or you're in my coaching program, or you're in my subscription, or you're watching my podcast and you're growing, share what you're learning with other people. I think a good steady flow of warm leads. I think you being active in your business. I think of myself as the quarterback of the coaching business. I'm the head coach. Tomorrow, I'm going to coach all 35 of my coaches on what I want them to do. I coach 15 students. I coach 3 privately that are like big owners of companies or big successful people. I consult to a billionaire, which is great to hear his mindset. Win, win, win. Do better, do better, do better. How do I change? How do I change? What do I got to fix? What do I got to fix? I got to tell you, that guy is the fastest mover and shaker I've ever seen in my life. And he's amazing. I watch Elon Musk on TV. I literally bought Tesla stock because Elon Musk is such a mover and shaker. I think robotics, auto-driving cars, technology, AI, I think all those things are the future. And I do not like electric cars. I drive gas guzzling vehicles. I collect old cars. But I got to tell you, I invested in Tesla because I believe in Elon Musk. I think he's the richest man in the world. I think he has the biggest pile of wealth. I don't think he knows everything, but I think he knows a lot of things about business and technology. I think he's brilliant. So I literally bought Tesla stock because of him, because I just think he's so bright and so driven and so focused. Now listen, his political views don't matter to me. It matters your values in life. Are you a good person? Do you treat people with respect? Are you kind? Do you show grace? Grace is behavior people don't deserve. Do you treat people with kindness? Do you cater to every client? Do you treat every lead like gold? Do you follow up on every lead 10 times? Do you have a 10-step follow-up plan with your leads to take it to the next level? So I had a crazy week. Signed up a lot of clients, retained a lot of clients, really big growth week. I mean, when you do 2 big events a year, you're talking about 2 years of my income was determined last week. Now I got to do all my semi-annual interviews with my clients to make sure everybody's staying, what they're going to work on in the next 5 years. And I got to sign up all the new clients, individually interview all 98 people. Me and 4 of my best coaches will interview all 98 people to make sure we're the right fit for them. Now I came back Saturday night, got in at 10:30 at night. Sunday, I drove to the farm. And I cut the grass. I picked up donkey poop and goat poop and alpaca poop. I played with the new baby ducks. I got 7 baby ducks. So I was playing with all the ducks. You got to hold them a lot to make them friendly. What I want is all my ducks in the pond and all my ducks coming up and feeding time and being around. We want to have like a petting zoo. So all our cows, all our goats, all our alpacas, all our donkeys are all chickens and ducks are all handleable. My wife loves animals. Her purpose is animals. And I got to tell you, I've fallen in love with the farm. So I worked at the farm all day and then on Sunday, and then I went back to the lake house. I was here all day yesterday. I'll be here all day today. I'm making a ton of phone calls. I'm answering a lot of calls. So listen, I believe in 3 things. I believe in hard work. I believe in healthy God relationship and a healthy family relationship. And if you want to add that, I believe in good recreation. So I build hot rods. I drive hot rods. I work out hard. I play poker on Thursday nights. I see my wife every Friday night. We go on a date. We either walk the dogs or we go to dinner or we bring in carry out or we cook together. I mean, we have a simple life. In August, I'm going on my first vacation in 5 years. So me and my wife are going to Alaska on a cruise. We're taking Brenda and her husband, Brendan. She's worked for me for 31 years. We're taking them on a cruise for their 30-year work anniversary with me. So we're taking another couple of good friends on a cruise. We'll go to Alaska. We'll fly to Seattle. We'll go first class. I'll stay in a big room on the boat. I don't go on a lot of vacations. So when I go on a vacation, I want a really nice time. Now, I will tell you the best thing all year. 4th of July, I do a stay-at-home vacation. I got a great house. I live on the lake. I got a pool. I got jet skis. I got a boat. I got lots of fun games in the house. I got a farm. We can go out and play with animals. So we will spend the 4th of July week at home using my property. Most of you have really nice houses and really nice things and a lot of local things to see, like local zoos and local activities. I think you need one nice vacation a year and one stay-at-home vacation a year. Now, in January, I go to a car auction every weekend. I invite all my friends. I rent a big Airbnb. I'll have like 30 people come down and we'll go to the Meekum car auction in January. Maybe in the summertime, I might go on another vacation with my wife on a romantic weekend. I have a coach's retreat where I take all my coaches on a very high-end weekend for 4 days, and I take my best loan reps on a week. So I do a car weekend, a romantic weekend, a coach's retreat, a loan officer retreat. I do a stay-home family vacation. I do an active family vacation. So I go away about 6 times a year. I'm very relaxed on Sunday. If I work, it's on Saturday. So I work from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. I normally go back to work after my wife goes to bed at 10 o'clock, and I get back on the phone and talk to some West Coast people. Like last night, I was on the phone from 10 till almost midnight because a lot of people want to talk to me after the event. I'm an active owner. I have a big, steady, full, warm leads. I'm an active owner. I have lots of capital. I have deep pockets. I'm more than capable of investing in software, hardware, employees, training, coaching, consulting. I have lots of money to invest. I think that we have really good uniformity. Everybody is working on doing it the same way. Right now, we're going to be revamping all our processes and all our systems in the next 2 months. And then we have pretty good unity. Everybody wants to care for each other. Everybody wants to take care of each other. All for one, one for all. No matter if you're the main guy or the receptionist, everybody is very, very important. So these are my philosophies. These are what I work on. I'm glad to be back. Thank you all my clients that came. Thank you all the people that wanted to join me. Thank you all that are following me. I hope you learn a lot from the Street Smart Millionaire about 2 things: your wealth and your balance. Those are the 2 things that I care about. Those are 2 things that I want to affect change on in whatever organization is watching me and following. Thanks for following me. Remember, subscription, $99. Get access to everything I do. If you're in the mortgage and real estate business, under 10 million, go in coaching for $750 a month. If you're doing over 10 million, go in level 2. If you're over 20 million, come to my event in November, spend $5,000. It'll be the best $5,000 you ever spent in your life. Thank you all very much. Have a great week.